Sorry? Okay. We're live. Oh, we are live. Love, would you also be willing to press off on the air? Thank you. Hello there and welcome. I invite you to check in to your nervous system, to your body, and just notice if there's any part of you that's reaching for anything or attempting to keep anything away. It's so natural to be in the dream of this world with a sense of longing or a sense of resistance. And I invite you in this moment to be willing to allow that to totally be here with the suggestion, the gentle invitation that that can completely relax in this moment, giving ourselves a break from needing to do anything or perfect anything or learn anything or vibrate a certain way. Give ourselves a break. All of those security guards, police officers, judges, ICE agents that we've hired internally, fire them in this moment. Let them know they're on vacation, fully paid sabbatical, forever. In that we allow the emanation of who we imagine ourselves to be held completely in this space of who we really are, in the safety of our true nature. I know in my experience it was such a surprise to recognize this option of actual kindness and to see that it wasn't this thing that I thought it was, this giant, abstract, every angel in the universe singing in perfect harmony, boom-bastic moments, but the most simple kindness to myself. I'm just allowing everything about who I imagine myself to be to actually be as it is. Allowing mind. So in this moment, I invite you, let mind be free. 2, we have such an emphasis on our innocent, egoic nature being free. We don't want nothing else to be free. Only the ego can be free. So mind, you can't be free. You got to do this, and act like this, and speak like this, and walk like this, and talk like this, and believe like this. And once you finally get all that shit right, then I can finally be free. No. Thank goodness it doesn't work that way. Body, if you act like this and do like this and what's the word? Digest like this and feel like this, and then I can finally be free. Emotions, you finally stop your roar, finally stop your nagging, finally be, why you gotta be so persistent, sadness? Why you gotta be so persistent, depression? Why you gotta keep knocking on my door? You can't be free. I need you to change in 1,000 ways in order for me to finally be free. And that's an infinite loop, a wheel of suffering, also known as samsara. So innocent. It's the nature of mind to constantly seduce itself back into what never was. But in an instant, this instant, to consider, oh my gosh, I am the ultimate space of safety for the preciousness of mind to be itself, the preciousness of body to be itself. Or maybe some of you prefer the word the wretchedness of mind to be itself, and the wretchedness of body to be itself. Either way, as long as you allow it to be Perfect. This is coming home to oneself, coming home to the home you've never actually left. So, just in case any of you watching at home, any of you present, imagine that you've actually succeeded at pinching yourself off from the totality of the infinite love you are, you failed. It's never once worked. Not once. Still you, still here. If you're aware, evidence that the overflowing light of being itself, present, shining, streaming, allowing, allowing. What's that poem by Hafiz regarding the sun never told the earth, hey, you owe me? And look at the beauty that has been allowed to unfold and that kind of unconditional generosity. And that is your nature, unconditional generosity. Without us having to do any particular ritual, without us having to do any particular ceremony, without us having to change any particular perception or thought or idea, cosmology, all is given now. No end to all that is given. Chair, couch, floor, breath, walls, microphones, technology, YouTube, infinite. Planet, sun, moon, sound. And we innocently overlook the harmony that is when we emphasize the innocence of mind's argument with the moment. It's so amazing and not at all effective. Again, mind not that powerful. The only thing that imagines mind to be powerful is what? Mind. But I love that. Yeah, mine totally is like, oh my God, you're the most powerful thing ever. Yeah, that thought is going to totally ruin your life. Oh my God, that feeling, yeah, you just set yourself back 32 years. You're so powerful. It's so sweet. And yet, the preciousness of this awareness, unmoving, infinitely allowing, naturally present. So delighted for all apparent phenomena to have its beginning, its middle, and its end. What a snuggle fest. What a cuddle puddle. It's like in satsang, we allow ourselves to be present, and in that, we notice, oh wow, everything is in a perfect snuggle cuddle puddle together. When we allow and notice that we're already allowing, awareness already allows. It may be useful for a season to imagine that you're the one allowing. and that falls off the tree really quickly. That umbilical cord dries, shrivels, and falls off very quickly in the willingness to be here as you are, as the moment is, as life is, as the trees are, and the wind is, and the rivers are, and the plants in this space are, and the atoms are, and the molecules are. Fully available, fully present. When we imagine there's a lot of stuff for us to do before we relax, just innocent billboard of mind, innocent Las Vegas of mind, trying to get your attention. But again, never actually works. Still here, still infinitely vast, still immediately present, still free, clear. This moment is. But before I continue, anyone want to share something or have a question about something or a rant about something? Or a poem or a song or what you talking about, Willis? Is there an aspect of this freedom that maybe there's a wrestling with? Yeah.
So for a few moments, I guess I could say I experienced just being the awareness that's allowing everything.
Yeah.
And so I can see that that's true, but a lot of the time, most of the time, I feel really contracted and like there's something really wrong with me, and I'm just
Yeah.
like really contracted in like all the different places.
Hmm. Yeah. So wonderful to notice if you put the mic down for a moment, hold this hand out and look at it and let that hand represent what you noticed as the infinite being, the allowing, infinite allowing. And notice that that point of view had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And now lift the other hand and look at it and notice, allow that hand to represent the contracted. You may want, if you want, you can put it into a little fist. The contracted, the tight, the protection, the resistance. And for a moment, allow that to relax, that hand to relax. And notice that which sees both. Sees the relaxing point of view and the contracted point of view. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like before everything.
Yes. Before everything. Yes.
Mm.
Here you are. Before everything. After everything, too. And during everything.
Mm.
You, the constant.
So it's there even when I'm contracted because it feels like it's not when I am contracted.
Are you aware of contraction?
Yeah.
Then yes, that's a good clue. That awareness is here. What happens is we innocently we innocently label or give awareness the attributes of being relaxed and peaceful and free.
Yeah.
And so then when that's not present, we're like, oh, awareness left too,
Mm-hmm.
consciousness left too. And as we continue to get more and more familiar with ourselves, we start noticing that regardless of appearance, that there is that awareness is so welcoming and so vast and so whole that all phenomena is allowed. Awareness doesn't focus on the language of positive, negative, or neutral. Awareness is free and welcomes all phenomena. In the moment of contraction, when we welcome it and say, hi, contraction, you are so welcome here. You are free to be here forever. You never have to change. You never have to heal. You never have to uh, get your trauma reconditioned. You never have to say a mantra a million times for you to download it into some imagined place somewhere. You are free to be yourself. And then you notice the relaxed state, high relaxed state. You are so free to leave as fast as you need to. And you are so free to stay here as long as you like. Hello, the point of view of a non conceptual state. You are so free to be here as long as you want. And you are so free to imagine yourself as a comet. What remains? What is closer? Before, before, before. More simple. This is your nature. And body gets to be free in that. The weather of body gets to be free in that. The weather of mind gets to be free in that. The weather of civilizations get to be free in that.
And even if I'm thinking that there's something wrong with being contracted, that's welcome too.
Yes, and notice, is it?
I mean, it's allowed. It's happening. It happens.
Right. So good. That's a really good clue that something is allowed if it appears to appear. Yeah. It's the balm of unwavering compassion. Notice if there's any limit to what can be allowed in this moment. Is there?
No, because it can all. It just happens because it's always. It's everything just happens.
Yes. Yeah, everything comes and goes. And as we allow, we gain an education in the self releasing nature of mind. Yay, self releasing nature of mind. Yay, yeah, yay. The self releasing nature of mind and the self releasing nature of sensations and the self releasing nature of phenomena and the self releasing nature of a blink, of the way the body adjusts, of things, of a bag of gifts, of our thoughts, of our conditioning. And so there's a simultaneous education that happens in our willingness to be present and tell the truth. The self releasing nature of what's not, and the absolute stability of what is. And then the mantras are some kind of so what? Oh, mind is having thoughts. So what? Body feels contracted. So what?
Yeah.
Never interferes, never interrupts. This that is love. This that is wisdom. This that is peace. This that is light. This that is available. This that is at rest. And such kindness. It's like, oh, this sweet body. I remember when it was like a moment where it's like, oh, I actually get to love my body now. This, and I get to love my body for the rest of my life till my last breath. I had a moment in Peru back in 1996 where I just was holding my body like, oh my goodness, you sweetie. All the ways that I allowed such violence against you through mind. Such daggers, such a betrayal. So innocent. And right now, you are free. You are free. You are free as health. You are free as sickness. You are free as vibrant youth. You are free as decay and disease and age and maturing and ripening. All the things. You are free and you are good regardless. You are loved regardless. You are safe regardless. These precious, soft animal bodies. What was your inquiry, love?
Of course, you answered it.
Oh, yay.
Read it just because I don't want to
Okay.
speak here. Something came to me on the weekend that I wanted to ask.
Yay.
But Ash already answered it. But who knows?
Who
Maybe you'll say
knows?
something else.
Another angle.
Okay. And I would never have remembered it, so I wrote it down. You really did answer.
I really did answer. That's so fun. Well, let's hear it.
Okay. For me, the inquiry of Byron Katie has been an exploration of how the mind can wreak havoc or create
Yay.
havoc,
Mm-hmm.
wretched, as you said.
Uh-huh.
It's such a relief to discover I'm not the mind. Yes, the mind rises and falls, but its content is not the ultimate ground of what I am. So you often say it's all included and mind is totally okay. And I think I get what you mean here, that mind will still go on and do its thing and
Right.
self-release, as you just said. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Self-release? But, but to me, that's not a permission slip for mind to just take over and we then believe everything it presents. So while I'm not making the mind out to be bad,
Mm-hmm.
I am calling out its distortion at times and how it
Yes.
tries to take over with its beliefs.
Yes.
So I'm kind of referring to this seeming contradiction, which you spoke of mind is perfectly free to be mind.
Yes.
And also when mind is taken for reality, I really suffer.
Right.
So could you speak to that? And you
Yeah.
have, you
And I
absolutely
have. Yes.
That you said it's both.
Beautiful.
It's the
Yes.
self-releasing
Uh-huh.
and it's innocent,
Yes.
and yet it can, what about the
Wreak
distortion
havoc?
piece? Yeah.
Yes. Well, this is what's so beautiful with this option of actually allowing it to be as it is. Because as you put it so clearly, I'd ask you the question, what is it that sees the distortion? Right.
Yeah, like what you said to,
Yes.
is it Jordan?
Jordan,
Yeah,
yes.
right. What is it that sees the distortion? Yeah, it's this immediacy.
The immediacy, right.
Yeah.
Right. And in allowing it to have the space, there's no momentum gained. And the preciousness of our everyday lives are no longer informed by the momentum of mind. In allowing it to be as it is, we remove its source of power to some, in a way of the limitation of language, but it has no footing. And in that, we're not in that innocent space that we see over and over again and have experienced over and over again of attempting to solve the problem with the same consciousness that created the problem. So we are informed by a timeless, spontaneous, alive, vibrant wisdom.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, and I think this question came because I was doing like a Byron Katie worksheet.
Nice.
And you know, when the belief is suddenly seen,
Yes.
I guess that's the same. That's seen by the immediacy.
Yes. Seen by the
And
immediacy.
it's self-released.
Right.
But it appears to mind as so heavy and havoc wreaking.
Right.
But it's actually not.
It's actually not.
Right. Even though
Right.
in that moment it's like, oh, this belief, holy
Yes.
shit, it's been messing with me for 20 years. Or, you know,
Right.
it comes across as so heavy.
Right. It's a mind clump. Because the only thing that has a problem with that mind, again, is the mind. Yeah. And in the moment of actually questioning it, it's like a sweet permission slip, a very precise and clear trick that turns on awareness, what is always free of mind, what is always known mind to just be a mirage.
You mean the Byron Katie is a trick?
Right. That line of inquiry. It's equivalent to using a laboratory and a high-powered microscope and taking an apparent solid object and looking at it a little closer, and discovering, oh, what I thought it was actually is not that. Pure space. Through the structure, through the cellular structure, molecular structure, atomic structure, subatomic structure, quarks and neutrons flashing in and out of existence space. Not there, just seems to be there. With the work, it's a process of bringing what we imagined was really real and really solid, such as a concept. I'm not good enough. Life isn't safe. The world is a scary place. Whatever the concept is, that seems very solid. And of course, to the degree that we imagine ourselves to be separate, is to the degree that we imagine other things to be separate. So if we're separate, our thoughts are separate, their thoughts are separate, this world is separate, this thing is separate. We live in pure terror separation. And in the moment to question, is it true? We're actually stopping and looking honestly at the concept. How do I react when I believe that thought? We're looking at, the innocent consequences in believing that thought, what other thoughts are believed to be true when that one feels true, what is informing what I say, what I don't say, what I do, what I don't do. Yeah. Who was I before that thought? Who would I be without that thought? What's here if I didn't believe that thought? And that's a way of softening into who we always are, the well being that is our nature, the ease.
Right. So it's actually not about the distortion of the mind. It's actually just a little pointer to what's already here
Yes.
and alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Already here and alive and whole.
I
Yeah.
mean, that inquiry, it's actually not about all these bloody beliefs.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the beliefs are the excited fangirls showing up to turn up the volume of their most favorite song in the whole universe, which is the song of being, the song of you. Everything serving to exalt this that is. Everything an ally.
Thank you. No,
You're
thank you
welcome,
for
love.
clarifying that.
Oh, you're so welcome, love. So welcome. Yay, the work. And yay, this moment. And yay, the fangirls of mind. Oh. Dee, 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 dee. Anyone else have something you'd like to explore? I want to share something that I loved. I was listening to a Gangaji satsang. She was recently at the Unity of Ashland, and it's on YouTube. It's a beautiful satsang, and someone was just asking the question around how do we show up in the world, and we're at still and we're at rest, and we realize who we are. Are we gonna just let all the craziness go by and not do anything? Like, what happens when we? And then Gangaji just shared the sweet story of how when Papaji was at the ashram with Ramana and Tiru, that Papaji was more energetic. Ramana was more sattvic in nature, totally chill, relaxed. But Ramana would read the paper every day, would read world affairs every day. Papaji would not. And while Papaji was there at the ashram and they were sitting just as this moment in what is, Ramana said, "Hey, you may want to go back to Pakistan and help your family there." Oh, Papaji said, "Why? There's nothing but bliss. It's all." And Rama said, "Oh, that's all good and done, but you need to go help your family." You need to go. And Papaji went. He was able to get into Pakistan at that time. There was bloodshed from both sides, the Hindus and the Muslims killing each other, huge atrocities. Papaji was able to go into Pakistan, bring his family safely back. He brought a couple of them back, and he was on the last train before there was an actual big event, and they didn't allow anyone else to leave Pakistan. And he had a Hindu tattoo, and he looked in the other car and noticed that it started to fill up with these Muslim soldiers. And he remembered Ramana's words and just went shoo, and covered his Om tattoo and got back safely. And it's just so wonderful this availability. That's why I love this knowing who we are, this discovering our true nature. We get to actually show up as human beings to ourselves and one another, and not some Frankenstein version of what we imagine kindness to be, or some Frankenstein version of what we imagine compassion to be, or stillness to be, or spirituality to be. We get to be the living, roaring, volcanic presence of this love, this aliveness, this action, this stillness, this creativity, this presence. Hmm. And it was sweet. I'd never heard that story before, and I've heard hundreds and hundreds of. I'm such a fangirl. Speaking of fangirls, that'll be me. I already have me and Byron Katie on a whatchamacallit, a lunchbox. I need another lunchbox with me and Gangaji. I always made sure I had my favorites on my lunchbox when I was a kid. I don't want that lunchbox. I don't even know who those people are. I need Shira. Or the Muppets. Specifically Miss Piggy. Oh my god, I took that I had a Miss Piggy puppet doll with this gorgeous purple dress and a boa and the big hair, and I took that Miss Piggy doll with me everywhere. To the beach, there's pictures of me with her completely soaked and me holding her in the ocean. it's, uh, it's so sweet, Miss Piggy. She was my first diva. Then I had my divas of music, the Trinity, Celine, Mariah, and Whitney. Okay, this little queen was shut up in his room singing all them songs. And then I have my divas of clarity. Gangachi, Byron Katie, and Candace O'Denver. Sweeties. Candace O'Denver. Candace O'Denver, this sweetheart, uh, grew up in the islands of like the Virgin Islands or Bermuda or Trinidad, one of those islands, I can't remember. Catholic, s- incredible intellect, got into computer sciences before we knew what computers were, pretty much. It was a part of the team that started the internet, all these incredible uh, um, intellectual pursuits, all these degrees. And then in her early 20s, I believe it was, through all kinds of emotional relationship chaos. She was sitting at a Denny's. She was actually at a Denny's. And she noticed what's free of all phenomena, all thought, all story, all conditioning, all emotions, all. It was like oh, this is also here. Total, vast, immediate freedom. And in that deepening and then the devotion to that, explored and fell in love with reading it in all the sacred texts, seeing it in everything. And it was really fun. Back in 2009, someone sent me a talk of hers and said, "Oh, I think you're really going to love this." And it was really beautiful. It was an invitation of satsang, not tied to any cultural anything, not tied to any religion, not tied to any time, any place, any country, any. And I was like, this is so great, especially for the corporate world. This invitation, and for everyone, but especially left-brained beloveds. Who maybe felt left out with all the poetry and pageantry. This was clear. And the invitation is short, and I have to do her voice, and I might do it a little better now that I have a little bit of a raspiness myself. Short moments of awareness, repeated many times, reveals itself to be continuous. Short moments of awareness, repeated many times, reveals itself to be continuous. Just take a short moment. And what does a short moment look like? It's a moment of allowing all to be as it is while simultaneously resting as awareness. So it's this moment and allowing all to be as it is. This shifts our trained allegiance to descriptive frameworks and invites us to get familiar with this open intelligence. What's fun is that right after they shared that video with me, I was like, oh, I love this beloved. I love the clarity. I love her use of language. I love how precise. I love how direct. I love the simplicity. I love the timbre of her voice, the sound of her voice. I was just in love. Like, oh, what a precious. I love the all is evidence of awareness. It was just so sweet. And I was in my band here to here at the time when we were touring. And in a couple weeks, we were going to fly out to San Francisco. And I had seen that she lived close to San Francisco, and there was a Great Freedom meeting. That's what it used to be called. Great Freedom meeting in Berkeley. And I was like, oh, that could be fun to go to. But life, do your thing. Universe, do your thing. I'm so excited. I don't have to know. How is none of my business. We're going to meet. And I was just, let it go. We're going to meet in San Francisco when we were there on tour. Now I forgot about this. And I was in the Miami airport flying to San Francisco. And I was in the security checkpoint, taking off my shoes, put them in the little basket, and I feel a hand on my shoulder. And I hear, Ash Ruiz. And I turn around, and it was Candace O'Denver. Yes, we're in the Miami airport. She was I think she was just coming back from Sweden. They had a center in Sweden, and their connecting flight was in Miami. And we were on the same plane, in the same flight. Uh, so right when I turned around, I said, Candace O'Denver. And then she said, I'm not surprised at all. And we laughed and laughed. So it's so very fun. Yay. Mm. Right. Definitely one of those moments you never forget. So sweet. So sweet. We have a few more minutes left. Anyone want to share anything or inquire into anything? Or is there anything you heard that you really appreciated that was confirmation for something?
could share a song.
Yay, a song will be wonderful. Yay. And you can use this mic. And you can also use that chair if you'd like.
Yeah, or which chair?
The pink one right there?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can move it too if you want, whoever is comfortable. But there's a mic stand right here for you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So is that coming through okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Do it closer.
Good old mic stands. Let's see. If I have it here, would it kind of pick up both, do you think? Is that kind of mic? Yeah. This is a song that I wrote. It's called Love Like an Ocean. It's about, I had one of those times when I tapped into the love that we are, and it felt random because it just happened when I had no idea. I was just at a yoga class, and a yin yoga class, and then everything disappeared, and there was that indescribable love. And then afterwards, I had no idea what happened or how to integrate or anything like that. And so, so the song is about that experience, and then also kind of the human part that's left, still kind of integrating or working through something that I almost can't understand, or I'm still in that place of that experience of that happening. So, yeah. This heart is breaking open, but not apart, 'cause I'm going to let it start, showing me my own heart, like the depths of the sea. If we only knew, love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean, if we only knew. Love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean. What's inside is love revealing, and I can't hide it, 'cause it's leading me to somewhere new. I never felt this before, I never knew. Love like a reservoir, if we only knew. Love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean, if we only knew. Love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean.
Hey.
Beneath the surface of who I thought I was, there is a purpose. An ocean made of love, and every day I let it open me, and I will pray for it to set me free. If we only knew, love so sweet, tender and deep, it's everything we ever wanted or need. This is brand new. I never felt this before. I'm coming to an open door. If we only knew love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean. If we only knew love like an ocean inside of you. Love like an ocean.
Nice. Beautiful.
Thank you, love like an ocean.
Beautiful voice too.
Swakatation in the nation.
You do other performances?
What's that?
You do other performances?
Yeah, I play music in a lot of different settings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you actually look familiar. I'm like wondering.
We were at Katie's school in
Oh,
March a couple years ago.
wait. That's where I know you from?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I've never seen you.
I
I walked in and I was like, do I know him from Europa?
love that.
That's crazy.
That's so fun.
I was like, I've probably just seen him around Boulder. But
I
that's way
love
crazier,
it.
dude.
I'm not surprised.
And then he put him in school.
I'm not surprised.
So I just finished my first year at grad school in Europa, and on the first day of orientation, me and a woman were like, "Oh wait, where do we know each other from?" And we couldn't figure it out. And then later she was like, "We were at the same school." We were like, who was it? I can't think of her name right now. I know we're Facebook friends though. But I haven't-
Sweet.
We haven't hung out, but it's there's another one here too. That's wild. Yeah.
Yay. Hi, Byron Katie.
I know, I was gonna say I really loved that it was in the conversation. She was in the conversation.
Oh, fun.
That's Sky's biggest idol.
I love it.
Not my biggest, but yeah.
That's so sweet.
I hear her the most.
That's so sweet. Oh, I love that. I so love that. Yay. Well, thank you all so much for the sat song tonight. So very sweet. I'll be here again July 7th. That's when it is, right? July. Yes.
Then you're leaving.
Well, then I leave, but I'm still here because I'm only leaving during the week.
Oh.
So I'm back the Monday after that.
Oh, I see.
The Monday after that. Yay! Summer sat song. Yay. You're welcome to go to my website, www.ashruiz.com. If you'd like to find out about retreats and ceremonies and workshops or working together. You could also, if you'd like to leave a donation in that little blue thing, you can do that, or you can do it via Venmo or all the other things. In August, one of the weekends in August, we're doing a 3-day, only 6 people satsang medicine journey here in the house for the weekend. So if you have any interest in that, please reach out to me and let me know. And we're gonna be doing aya 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 aya, mama aya 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 aya.
No, I know.
That's Gervais' license plate.
The one that she does with.
Yeah, he was sitting next to
Oh
you.
my God.
Yeah, Stevie saw it. She's like, I bet that's Ashley.
Oh, that's so fun.
I was like, no, I don't think it's Ashley. I haven't seen it before.
Already loves blessings.
Axel,
Bye.
You would say Asher Waska.
You need to turn it off on Zoom.
Ash, what weekend are you doing that?
That'll be August. I think it's the 8th through the 10th.